Hi there, welcome back. Today, I thought I would bring you in on a honing of my river razor 6/8 that Boris made for me. Um, this is I'd say probably, let's see if I can bring that into focus. This is difficult in this situation. Hang on here. I'd say this is on the order. Yeah, you can't really. There we go. This is on the order of 3/4 hollow. Wonderful shaver. Has a great edge. Well, had a great edge. Yesterday I shaved with my Dovo Bismarck that had a Black Arkansas and Nagura edge on it, or has on it. I made a video in making that and creating that edge, and this idea came to me, at least, from watching one of Jacques' videos, Jacques Dapperchave's videos, and I was so taken with that edge, so unique in my experience, not a JNat, not a Black Arc, that I thought, gosh, this razor would be incredible with that edge. The River Razor's steel, the steel that he uses is really great, takes an amazing edge, very fine grained. And I kind of want to give this a try. I will say that this razor does not need a new edge. The edge that came from River Razors is terrific. Boris is an extremely good sharpener, so no complaints with the edge that was on here. I just feel like I was in the mood. Basically, I want to try this razor with this edge. So to prepare, I took it to a 4,000 grit just to see where everything stands. I probably only spent, I don't know, a minute maybe on this stone, so I didn't show you that. Let's just get started. This is really just going to be finishing using this unique to me finishing method. This is a Koma Nagura. Let's see, there are the stamps for those who can read these things. Here are the stamps. So this is a Koma Nagura. It's a fine abrasive, generally considered in the Mihiro level or finer. And what I'm going to do is go fairly thick. Since this spent a minute on the 4K, I'm going to go fairly thick with this Nagura. Then I'm going to dilute it a little bit, and then I'm going to go to just a plain plain water or soapy water, something like that, on this Black Arkansas. Okay, the slurry is done. Let's get going. Sorry about the squeaking. I can fix the squeaking with a little bit of water here, I think. want to make sure that I'm getting the appropriate parts of the edge on the stone. I know that this kind of squeaking drives people nuts, but I take it for me, it's okay. It's coming from right there, and I have the bolster off the stone. I'm keeping that off the stone with my fingers. It's really just that direction, and again I'm doing both. If I did just, you can see it's on the return that's happening. If I just do a leading edge, it's fine. The way I look at this is that there are two components to razor honing. The first and most important is the bevel geometry. You want a thin, very regular, very even bevel geometry from heel to toe. And then the second part is however you sharpen, the abrasive is going to limit the size of your apex, the keenness that you can get at the apex. It's going to limit that. So the next important thing, especially for straight razor shaving, is the texture at the apex, and the texture is imparted by the type of abrasive that you use. And most of the people who watch me are just getting into straight razors, and to them I'm going to say this is one of the most fascinating parts of straight razor shaving is playing around with the different feel that you get from different stones. The stones aren't better or worse. Geometry is the same no matter what. If you drive the bevel angle to the limit that the stone will give you, that's as far as you can go. The next thing that comes is how the texture at that apex feels. And that can be pretty dramatic. That can make you feel that the edge is soft, hard, harsh. I don't know, there's a variety of things. I've never really tried to put descriptors on it because it's normally like, ooh, how does this feel when I'm shaving? To me, Black Arkansas edge by itself has a kind of a crisp feel to it, but not the clinically crisp feel that a synthetic edge has. A JNAT edge is kind of has a feather softness to it. That's extremely hard to describe because you have an extremely sharp edge there. And then a conical edge is softer and has a less sharp feel to it, even though the edge itself may be equally keen as the other edges. Okay, I'm going to do a little testing here, see where I am. Okay, oops, sorry. I never keep track of where the camera is. This is a fairly stiff packing peanut, and I'm in pretty good nick here on sharpness. So I'm going to keep going. I've just, as you saw, I have just diluted my Koma Nagura finish. I need to get this to a much better condition with regard to slurry flow over the edge. And so I'm just going to continue like this for a while. It may not be too long. You just kind of, it doesn't feel like it will be too long. But I'm going to continue like this for a little while and come back to you when I have the feel of this the way I want it to be. Part of the reason I'm cutting away is that even with the Nagura slurry on the stone, I'm expecting this to be quite slow, although I can see that it's already improving. But I'm going to cut away so that you don't have to watch too much of this, and I'll come back to you when this stage has achieved the level that I want it to be. Okay, I'm back. Here's where we are. Nice little rolling X stroke, nice movement of the slurry over the edge. Paying attention to how it goes the whole way from heel to toe. Very nice. A little pressure. I find that generally speaking, on a arc, it helps to have just a little bit of rolling. Let's see, a little bit of edge bias would be the term that Jacques uses. I like that term. To help get the edge into the stone a little bit. And I mean a little bit. I'm not leaning into it. Okay. Let's do some testing. See if we are, what territory we're in here. Where I want to be at this stage is push into the cloud territory, because the next step is a tiny refinement on that. Okay, let's see where we are. Pretty good. This is as I said, this is a pretty stiff packing peanut. It's making a little sound, so not completely push into the cloud territory, but I think I'm going to go to the next stage and see where I get, and I can always go back to this. So I'm gonna pause, get ready, and I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. I have a glycerin, here we go, vegetable glycerin, some of that on the stone, some water on the stone, because I'm not in the mood to do oil. And I'm going to do my best to burnish this edge. There's very little metal removal that's going to happen here. This is going to be mostly a level of burnishing on the edge to see what comes up. Although I say burnishing, but I'm actually, if you take a chisel and you use the chisel to burnish the surface of black Arkansas, then that surface, the abrasive on the surface is effectively rounded over and pushed down into the stone. And this type of activity then is more burnishing than abrasion. I actually like having a texture on the surface of these stones. I think that one of the cool aspects of using the Nagura is that you're using the abrasive from the Nagura to help texture the novaculite on the stone surface. And so I think that's part of what imparts the unique feel to the razor when it has this edge. This feels good, looks good. I've got that signature roll of the material going. Again, I have my fingers over the bolster so that that's not going to affect me. I'm not going to run that into the edge of the stone. Doing some straight on passes to cover the length of the edge. I need to add just a little bit of, or don't need to, but I want to add just a little bit of moisture here just to, wow. Sorry. I literally can't push the razor. That's hilarious. What a difference that made. Yeah, so I think the edge is into the stone. Sorry, I don't think I've ever had that happen to that degree before. That's pretty amazing. All right, let's. Normally, this I think I can go for a long time doing this, mainly because of the. It's not that a Black Arkansas isn't an abrasive; it's that the organization of the novaculite on the surface is not very spiky, and so typically these are very, very slow stones to use. So I'm gonna see where we are. If we're not in push into the cloud territory, then I'm gonna pause and do a lot more strokes and then come back to you. But let's see. Yo. I much prefer, so we are definitely in that territory. I much prefer using the packing peanut to hanging hair test, mainly because here I can gauge the amount of pressure that I use, and I can take that across the different stones that I use. I can modulate pressure across the different stones that I use. With hanging hair test, generally when you go to run it or do it, you're not thinking about intermediate steps. You want to break the hair and you want to figure out, well, okay, what do I need to do to break the hair? Hence the different hanging hair test levels. I find that it's very, very difficult to correlate that to actual sharpness other than final sharpness. The advantage here is that I have a pressure correlation that I can use from 1K all the way to, final finish, and I like that. The other aspect of this that I like is I can get a feeling for pressure across a wider area Here, let's do it like this, a wider area when I move my way up the edge. So I believe that I get a better idea of the quality of the edge all the way. Okay. Yeah, so that's pretty good. I think I'm going to do some more, and then I will come back to you. Okay, I'm back. I just moved from the glycerin and water solution to a hand soapy water solution. You know, this has a fragrance to it, so I thought the edge needed a fragrance. Either that, or I might have been thinking about additional different types of lubrication. This is feeling pretty amazing as it slides across the stone. It's just easily popping up over the edge. I have not yet looked at this under a microscope, and this is more typical of me than what I normally do for the videos that I show you. I can tell most of the time what's happening at the edge based on feel and then based on testing. I didn't used to do anywhere near as much testing as I do now, but knowing is knowing, you know. It's just the shave test is where you want to, is really where you want to determine your final product. But since I started doing more testing with the packing peanut, I have a much higher percentage success rate with the shave test. All right, let's see where we are here. Now, I'm a big proponent of not stropping for sharpness. That's definitely a knife sharpening attitude. You want to come off the stones with a knife if you sharpen it. That knife needs to be sharp off the stone. And I feel the same way about razors. And so I do expect a small amount of stropping to improve the sharpness, because it'll do some micro alignment at the apex. But I need, the way I do this, I need the edge to be sharp off the stone. So let's see where we are. Whoa. Yeah, that's soundless. That's where we want to be. Wow. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Hopefully you can't hear that. Yeah, that's just where we want to be with this. It's a soft whispering sound, or almost lack of sound. That's where you want to be. Okay. And as I said, a little bit of this, I'm not going to do a hanging hair test, because I've seen that Eric, the Cajun Blade, has already done a video where he tests with a packing peanut to show that it's push into the cloud sharp, and then he immediately goes and does a hanging hair test. I have more to say about hanging hair tests, but you know, if you want to do them, do them. They're fun. I've done all of the hair tricks in the past with knives, and as I said, I don't do them anymore because from the way I think about producing these things, it just doesn't serve me that well. I'm gonna do a shave test with this razor. You can see it has a sort of a beautiful shape, beautiful little French point to it. I'm gonna do a shave test with this. Here's the maker's mark. There we go. Here's the maker's mark. Yeah, I'm gonna do, and scales are incredible. Actually, Boris scales for me. I would have picked them myself, but they're pretty incredible, and I kind of like the experience of him sort of knowing what I like, and then picking out this arrangement as an offer. It was pretty awesome. Okay, I'm going to do a microscope image, do some stropping, and I'll be back. Okay, I have stropped the razor and taken a microscope picture of it that I'll show you in a minute. Let's do a final sharpness test to see where we are. And we're even more fully into the, we're just completely fully into the push into the cloud stage here. Absolutely amazing. Yeah. Yeah, so this is just where you want it to be. Excellent keenness. You'll see that it's a very unique looking edge. You can really see the effect of different size abrasives from both the Nagura and the Black Arkansas. So I'm going to go do a shave test with this, and I'll do a video of that so you can get overloaded with the sound of my voice. Anyway, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.